Hey everybody, welcome to Nerds with Friends. My name is Cody Leach, and as always, I'm joined by Cristian Garcia.
What up?
What is up, nerds? It's about time to be that holiday season. If you're listening to this when it comes out, hope you're enjoying a COVID-free Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Listen with your family.
Yeah.
Force everyone to listen.
We should bring back the make-out parties. Make-out Thanksgiving, you know? It's a little awkward with all the family members there, but that's a sure way to make sure you get COVID, get it out of your system, get those antibodies.
Is that a thing, or did you just make that up?
It might have been chicken pox. Yeah, no, there's a thing basically when, they used to do this. Now it's kind of, I think it's considered child abuse. But they used to, like most of our childhood.
Go on.
Right? And they used to get a bunch of kids together. Like if one kid had chicken pox, everyone would send their kids over to like have a play date with them. So they would all get chicken pox, and then they couldn't get chicken pox again. Because if you don't have chicken pox early on, it gets worse the older you are. And like even if you have it as an adult, you can have like serious complications. But yeah, nowadays that's kind of frowned upon. They don't.
Was this really a thing?
Yeah, totally. It was totally a thing. It was. They call them like chicken pox parties or something like that. My parents didn't do it because I got it on my own.
Yeah, I got it on my own too. School.
And they love me.
I mean, I get the logic behind it, but like my instinct, like if I had a kid,
yeah,
and there was another kid that had it, I was like, oh, you just send him to go get chicken. I was like, no, fuck, your kid's gross. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, the real ones you have to worry out for are like the licensed scabies parties, because you can just get those multiple times. If you send your kid to those, you're a dum.
Did you scratch? I scratched a lot. I could not.
With the chicken pox. Yeah, I still have right there. That's the chicken pox scar right there on my finger. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, it was so itchy. I just remember being miserable. But, also it was a long time ago. So,
I tried to trick myself. Like, if I scratch around it and not on it.
If I just press on it really hard.
I did that too. Like, oh, well, how much can I press on it before it pops?
Yeah, I know. That was the worst. Anything like that where it's like your entire body, like a really bad sunburn is also terrible.
Yeah.
You probably don't get it as bad as I am.
No, I
tan. Super white. And you know what? I will say this. I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, how white Cody is," right? I used to, because I'm a quarter Italian, I used to tan really good in the summertime when I lived in San Jose and went out in the sun all the time. Since I moved
over here with the fog.
I moved up here with the fog, the fog in San Francisco, my whiteness has turned into a nice like translucence. And so now I just burn even worse. But my dad always gets sunburned and stuff, and I remember like getting burned on the top of my feet, and just my whole top of my foot would peel off.
So when you go hunting, you just gotta dip yourself in like sunblock.
Yeah, well, honestly, when you're hunting and stuff, you wear a lot of hats. Hunting's a hat game. If anything else, there's a lot of clothing accessories when you're out hunting. So, and also most of the time you're hunting in cold weather. I guess deer
you
hunt.
can still sunburn.
Yeah, that's true. And I still do sometimes. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. And make sure you check out all of our info, nerdswithfriendspodcast.com. We have our Twitter, our Instagram, our Facebook, and our TikTok information all there. Follow us on all those. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and click a like on this video. We do like seeing that. We're starting to get more comments. We had our friend Nick, who used to work at Comcast. I always think of him as Nick from Comcast, even though he hasn't worked for Comcast for like 8 years or something like that. But he said that I should definitely do like a man thong photo op with the swimsuit company.
They didn't have thongs.
Yeah, I know. They only had trunks.
They had just trunks.
I'll just have to get one of the bikinis.
Yeah.
And just, tuck the sack into it.
Hey, whatever. OnlyFans material right there.
OnlyFans coming soon. And then my friend Nick also really enjoyed last week when we talked about how friars keep the little bald spot so God can come in.
Yeah, right there.
And I think I said that the Jews killed Jesus, but the Romans killed Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't there,
That's true.
So who knows? Who can tell?
Pompous Pilate was just going.
Who can be sure? Yeah. Yeah, I know. The only reason I know who that is from the Rolling Stones song "Sympathy for the Devil." Oh. Yeah.
That's where Cody gets all.
That's
his,
where all of my religious
biblical
knowledge comes from. Different movies and media. You know, watched a lot of The Prophecy with Christopher Walken. That's one of my favorite horror shows, or I guess I don't know if it's really classified as horror. It's kind of suspenseful, supernatural.
I saw that like when I was a kid, so I don't remember it. But
well, yeah, it's basically Christopher Walken, and he plays is it Gabriel or Michael, one of the archangels, and
he wasn't a demon.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, now I definitely gotta watch it.
He was like a fallen angel, so yeah, you know, I guess.
So he was a demon.
Yeah, but he was also a previous archangel, so he like fucked people up. That's what I remember. Who knows? I could be wrong. But make sure you guys check out all of the social medias. But let's start the show as we always do with some nerdy confessions. You want to go first, or would you like me to go first?
Yeah, my nerdy confession. I just started a new audiobook, Ring Shouts, and I apologize to the author. I'm not going to try to say the name because I will fuck it up. But the last name is Clark. I apologize with the first name. I don't want to fuck it up for you.
Let me see the first name.
Go for it. Let's see.
Jelly. P. Jelly.
That is not whatever.
Peanut butter and jelly. That's his name is.
I don't even know if it's a he, but you know, I'm not gonna assume gender.
Parents loved PB and J's.
So it's also, I'm only on the first chapter, but the first chapter really got me. It takes place right after World War I in the U.S., and there's these 3 women, and they just murder some KKK guys, but turns out they were actually fucking demons. So
I was gonna say like, it turns out they're actually okay guys.
No, they're not.
Proud boys.
So it turns out that the Grand Wizards were actual wizards that were practicing magic.
What?
And
twist. I like that.
And they wrecked shit. What was that fucking movie that they did? They went huge when they came out. The KKK.
Oh, is it The Birth of a Nation?
Yeah, you would know that. And
damn it. I walked right into that one.
So that movie.
Is it bad that I had like 3 movies rolling around in my head? I'm like, was it Song of the South? Birth of a Nation? I couldn't think of it.
So in that movie, it was one giant spell, which is why all these people who watched it who weren't necessarily racist, like white people who weren't necessarily racist when they watched it, they got all stir crazy and then just created a bunch of monsters and creatures. So so far it's really good. It's pretty dope. I like it. I'm excited to finish it.
Sounds pretty cool. Keeping in the book tradition, my nerdy confession is I just received in the mail this new book, which is Brandon Sanderson, The Rhythm of War, Stormlight Archive, Book 4.
I might actually have to pause this book to do that one.
It is so good so far. Stormlight Archive is one of my favorite series of all time now, which is crazy because I've only been reading Brandon Sanderson for like, I don't know, 4 years or something like that, 5 years. And considering like I love The Dark Tower, don't get me wrong, and I don't think anything will really dethrone that from, you know, one of my favorite book series of all time. But the Stormlight Archive, as far as like readability and like the action, the story, like the magic system, everything is just so like well done. All the characters are awesome. Even the characters I hate, like Shallan, I still actually like I like her powers and stuff, and so far in this one, she's actually really an interesting character too.
For me, it's her choices. Like, why would you do that? Like, knowing what you know, why would
dumb bitch? Why
I didn't go that far, but
she does make some stupid decisions
for being someone who's like considered
who
being
is smart.
Yeah,
like I really like Yasna.
She's fucking
like
badass.
Her teacher and is Gavilar's daughter, Elokar's sister.
Because like she's actually like she makes
super smart, and she's got that like cold bitch energy where she's like, I don't give a shit what you say. This is right, and I'm doing it.
Yeah,
and she doesn't give a fuck. I love that.
Or like, you know, she'll do something that seems like, oh shit, that was cold fucking blooded, and then she lays out her logic. I'm like, that makes a whole lot of fucking sense, you know?
Yeah, we're out here playing checkers. Yasna's playing chess.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that shit. And then of course Kaladin, Stormblessed is amazing. If you guys haven't heard of Brandon Sanderson, first of all, what are you doing? Second of all, this is like an awesome series to get into, and you can, like, you guys watching on YouTube can see this is a fat boy book. Like it is. I I think it's like 1,000 something. Let's see.
At least audio book wise, it's about 40 hours.
Oh my God, it's 1,230 pages.
Yes.
It's thick. And I think this book is like 52 hours on audiobook. Nice. And I will say the audiobook versions are great too.
The voice actors are amazing.
Yeah. I think it's Michael Kramer and Kate Redding, I think are the names of the narrators, and they do such a good job. They do all the cool voices and stuff. And it's amazing. I mean, I guess we'll do a brief overview of the story. It's essentially set in this mythical land. It's high fantasy, so it's completely made up, not based on anything real. And the coolest part about the world in general, and I don't know if I'm sure you picked up on this a little bit, but it's based off of a world that evolved where crustaceans became the dominant species. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, I just like the big creatures that they have to fight. The big baddies are usually crustaceans.
Yeah, so the Parshmen and the Parshendi are crustacean based. They have shell and carapace on the outside of them. The chasm fiends are big giant crab spiders, all the little things. And the reason why they evolved like that is because they have these high storms that sweep over the entire land on somewhat regular intervals. And these storms, they'll rip trees out of the ground. They'll destroy any building that's not fortified the right way. And so the whole world is kind of developed around this. And, so there's not regular grass. There's little rock buds that have a hard shell. And then when the storm passes by and it starts raining, the little leaves come out and drink up the water and stuff. It's really, really interesting how he came up with this idea of a world. And the whole idea is there's humans, and then there's Parshmen or Parshendi, which are the crab people. So, I guess we could call them crab people.
Yeah, I mean, at least I like
insectile crab type.
I don't even remember. That's how long ago.
They have carapace growing out of their skin and stuff, and they don't and they have different patterns that grow on it and stuff.
Yeah, that I remember. They were marbled.
Yeah, different color, marbled skin. And basically, these two people are kind of at war with each other. And then something happens where certain members of the human and Parshendi group start getting superpowers. And there's 9 or 10 different classes of people of different superpowers. So one guy can fly and adjust gravity, basically. He can make things fall faster or rise up or stick to walls.
What's funny is listening to you describe it, that sounds silly. But when you read it and the way he describes it, he's very masterful at describing this stuff where it's not it sounds believable.
Yeah, and I think that's what he does so well is, first of all, not only is he great at describing the different worlds, the different people. And that's another cool thing is every different person in here is somewhat different. The Alethi are very dark skinned, Middle Eastern or Mediterranean people. The Shin are super pale and kind of have Asian type features. And the Herdazians just seem like dummies. Is
that the Highlanders or no?
The Herdazians are Lopin. Hey, Goncho.
Oh, that's guy. I love that guy.
I know.
He's one of my
he's so sick. The Lopin.
Because he's definitely the I guess if you're gonna use D&D characters the rogue. He's the dude he does. He's like, what do you need? Okay, I know a guy.
Yeah,
what do you
I
need?
know a guy.
I know a guy.
I got a cousin.
Yeah.
I got a lot of cousins, Goncho. Yeah, it's an awesome story, and it keeps you reading for a while. Apparently, there's going to be 10 books, and this is book 4. But what I will say, in Brandon Sanderson's credit, he writes more than any author I've ever known. He is so fast at churning out books after books after books that it makes the wait time's not so bad. He's done, he did this book this year. He's also releasing a novella, which is coming out, which is set in the same universe. And he also released this year an alternate version of his first book. Not his first book, but his first Stormlight Archive book, where it was an alternate storyline, but it was the bare bones. He actually released that whole book.
That was the
which is
one
so crazy.
where you sent me a YouTube video of him talking about it, right?
Yes.
I would have not liked that story.
Yeah, it's different.
This is what he did. What he cranked out is way better than what he was initially thinking.
Right, which is so interesting to me to see. First of all, I don't know any other author who would ever do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know anybody who would say, hey, here's what I was thinking at first. Granted, like, this is what came out of it, but, like, I'll let you guys read it and see what my thoughts were. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
It's amazing. And his Mistborn series is awesome, too. So check it out. Brandon Sanderson, Rhythm of War, out, available wherever books are sold. And god damn, it's so good.
I hope they never do a movie. I hope they would do a series.
Yes.
If they did it.
They could never do a movie.
No.
The one that they could do a movie for is Mistborn. Mistborn, the first book, which is called Hero of Ages, I think it is.
It could work.
Or, no, it's called The Final Empire, maybe. The first one, whatever it's called.
The one you had me read.
Yeah, Mistborn.
Yeah.
The very first one where it's the girl whose name I can't... What's her name? Lynn?
The little kid?
Yeah, the girl.
No, I don't remember.
Anyway.
Oh, man, I don't think that was the first one I read then.
Huh.
But I'm interested on that one.
Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, wait, you had the first of the Stormlight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, Mistborn is a different series by Brandon Sanderson, which is where he kind of got... That's where he got famous, and that's where he got recognized from Robert Jordan's wife to take over writing the last 3 books of Wheel of Time, which is what really skyrocketed him. Which Wheel of Time, for those of you who don't know, is like a epic fantasy. I think that one's like 14 books or 13 books, written by an author named Robert Jordan. I forget his real name. That's a pen name. Not a very good pen name. Not, like you want like a cool, like Alistair Penelbottom or something like that. Something crazy.
I paused. I was like, I want to hear where he's going to go
I know.
with this.
I was about to say Crowley, but that's a real person. Alistair Crowley. But it was an epic fantasy, think like a modern day take on Lord of the Rings. And by modern, I mean like in the 80s and 90s. But sadly, he died before he could finish that series. And so his wife, who was also his editor, was looking for people to finish it. One of the people in the running, George R.R. Martin, who was a big time friend of Robert Jordan.
Probably still wouldn't have finished it either.
Yeah, and that's why she didn't go with him, because he was like, well, people are still waiting for his books to finish, and his fans are pretty rabid. So, but this guy Brandon Sanderson turns out a book a year. So yeah, Brandon Sanderson wrote this nice letter to her saying, hey, these books inspired me to become a writer, and I wouldn't be what I am today without Robert Jordan. So I just want to say I'm so sorry for your loss and whatnot. So she read that, and she's like, get me Sanderson. I want to talk to him on the phone. And so he basically got all of Robert Jordan's old notes and finished the last 3 books, which are arguably the best of those books.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Think about hope this doesn't happen, but say George R.R. Martin passes away before Game of Thrones is over. Like, someone taking over Game of Thrones, can you imagine how much pressure would be on that person? I hope Brandon Sanderson does it. How sick would that be?
I mean, it would be sad.
It would be sad for George R.R. Martin, of course, but it would be awesome because Sanderson would write the shit out of Game of Thrones.
He's the one that also did Legion, right? I think.
Yes,
with
he
the
did.
multiple personalities.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Yeah, he's an excellent writer, and one thing I like, especially from talking about Stephen King, he has an expanded universe too. So like this book and Mistborn and a couple of the other ones take place in the same universe / galaxy on different planets. So certain characters who are like godlike characters kind of thing will bounce in between stories and stuff. So
that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
The only thing I will
like
say,
Wit, Wit.
Yeah,
he's in multiple stories.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's kind of like a not a malevolent Man in Black. Randall Flagg or whatever from Stephen King.
The only thing I will say from him is
Sure.
It's weird where the characters don't curse. Or I guess they do curse, but it's like their made up language.
Right.
Curse. And it's and there's wait, no one's getting laid. I'm definitely people would have been fucking.
Yeah. There's and I think
when
other authors do it better, but he's also a Mormon.
And that's exactly when I found out he was Mormon. I was like, oh, that's why that shit doesn't happen.
Yeah, there is some romantic stuff, but it's Like, you know which one was really like pretty graphic at times was both Lightbringer and the Demon Cycle. Both those ones had like, you know, almost an uncomfortable amount of sex in them, especially when you're listening to it on audiobook and, you know, you're at a stoplight next to someone and you look over and your window's down and there's some kids and he's like, and she mounted him and pressed herself down. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, that's right, kids.
That's what happens. That's what adults do. Enjoy it.
That's how you happened.
Yeah, you'll be doing that in a couple years. How old are you? 7? Cool. Alrighty. Well, that does it for our nerdy confessions. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with some talk about the PlayStation 5. So we'll be right back. And we're back.
And we look exactly the same.
You may have noticed that I am wearing a different shirt and have less hair. And for those of you listening, maybe we sound a day older.
Yeah, I don't know.
Due to some unforeseen occurrences, Christian had to leave midway through the podcast when we were recording. So we're picking it up a day later. A day older, a day wiser.
Yeah.
So here we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that ad you just listened to.
It was really long. It felt like a whole day.
It was a long one this time. So we are going to be talking a little bit about the PlayStation 5, which got released 2 weeks ago now, if you're listening to this the week it came out. And, you know, it's an awesome system, and I'll get more into some of the features and games and such like that later. But some of us have been having a rough time.
It honestly, has it been, I guess, for listeners, 2 weeks, 1 week for us?
Yes, exactly.
It fucking feels like it's been like 3 months.
Oh, why is that, Christian?
Because I haven't fucking gotten mine. Because FedEx keeps fucking up. I was supposed to get it, I guess, 2 weeks for them.
Well,
like
the day it came out.
I was supposed to get it the day it came out. And then they were like, oh, I got stuck on the station in South San Francisco.
Sure.
All right, cool. Whatever.
You know, whatever.
Okay, Saturday, you'll have it delivered. Waited all day. Nothing. I'm like, okay. Called Sunday. And they were like, yeah, that's really weird. We're going to try our best to get it to you today. I'm like, all right, fucking sucks, but whatever. And I get an update, delivered Tuesday. I'm like, what the fuck? And every time I try calling in, they're like, no new update. There's no point of speaking to anyone. Goodbye. Seriously, that's what the messages were. Tuesday, nothing. Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I call them and they're like, oh yeah, that's weird. It didn't get on a truck on Saturday and it didn't get a truck on Tuesday. I'm like, okay. I was like, so someone stole my shit. I was like, so obviously someone stole my shit.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you're jumping to conclusions. Well, we don't know. I'm like, well, you're telling me it never made it on a truck. Like, it had multiple stops from Texas to South San Francisco. And then all of a sudden everyone's like, and that's like, and dude, their customer service, fucking terrible.
Yeah.
They really don't give a shit. They're like, ah, man, it's between us and UPS. What are you gonna fucking do? What are you gonna do?
The PS5's in God's hands now.
Yeah. Like, they do not give a shit. So, slight update from today. I finally spoke to someone and they were like, oh, that's really weird. Yeah, we have notes that you've been calling, but no one's put in a research ticket.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to be nice. This person's being nice. She's like, okay, so I'm going to put in a research ticket. It's going to take about 2 days for someone to physically go look for it. I don't know why. Just fucking send. I'm sure there's a bunch of people.
Like, let's imagine the warehouse is gigantic. Like the warehouse at the end of Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Still, 2 days seems like a long
And,
time.
like,
Yeah.
she told me, she's like, oh, it got scanned from the belt here. It got scanned from the truck there. So it's definitely in this department because that's the last time I got scanned. You can't send one dude to fucking, and I'm sure it's a bundle. It's not just a fucking PS5, which would still be a fucking big box. I'm pretty sure someone can go, I'm like, oh, yep, there it is. We should probably, this dude's been waiting like a week. Should probably get priority. Nope.
No, just fuck that guy.
They're like, fuck that guy. I don't know if I fucked one of their girlfriends or something. I'm sorry if I pissed off whoever's the sorting guy, you know. I'm sorry I fucked her or whatever. Like, I don't understand. But at this point, FedEx can suck the nastiest dick imaginable. It's like, suck it.
This episode brought to you by FedEx.
Yeah.
For all your delivery needs.
Fuck you, FedEx. Everything. If I have a choice moving forward,
Yeah.
UPS.
Yeah, I will say I've never had great luck with FedEx. And then, like, every time I have to go, like, pick something up from them, it's like you go out to this warehouse where it definitely looks like you're going to get murdered. And then to pick up stuff, and it's just like, it's never a great experience. UPS and the United States Postal Service are both.
Never had issues with them. Never.
Yeah, Amazon too. Like the Amazon package, the actual Amazon couriers, I've had them leave it out in front of my house and I live on like a busy street.
Oh yeah, they definitely throw shit too. You can tell.
Oh yeah, and I've definitely gotten stuff that they put in so near the gate where people just reached in and grabbed it and took it. So
where he lives now is a neighborhood I grew up in, and not the nicest.
And it's only gotten more ghetto.
It's actually gotten a lot fucking better, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, not the best of places.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a lot of porch pirates. Well, that sucks, man. I hope you get it soon and you get to experience.
Who knows? Maybe when you guys are listening, I'll be fucking knee deep in Spider-Man, Miles Morales. But that's kind of. I probably don't want to be knee deep in him. That's probably. Scratch that. Never mind.
Whatever you're into.
It is San Francisco.
It is.
Oh, but he's underage, so no.
Is he? Is he? Well, I guess he's a high school kid, so it makes sense. Barely legal. And I was lucky enough to get my PlayStation 5, 10 o'clock in the morning, the day it came out.
Fuck you so much.
I know. They looked at my name. They're like, that guy's a white guy.
They're like, white guy?
Let's get it to him.
First fucking delivery.
Oh, right this way, sir.
Yeah. Left a goddamn mint on the box or some shit.
Exactly. But so I've been playing it now for about a week exactly now. Solid, no breaks. I've just been playing nonstop. And I will say, overall, it's great. There are a couple issues, which I think are just problems that are coming out with any new system. And the Xbox, even though I don't have one, I know that it has had its share of a couple issues too. Like people were like blowing vape smoke into it, so it like smoked out of the top. And
why the fuck would you do that?
And Xbox, like, I can't believe we need to say this, but please do not vape into the Xbox.
It would be all the fuck boys that get
that
Xbox.
Was actually a tweet that they had, and I was like, oh, good one, Xbox, you poor guys. And the PlayStation 5 has had an issue where...
From what I read, there's a fatal glitch with Spider-Man Remastered.
It's happened on multiple games, but Spider-Man Remastered seems to be the worst of them, where if you keep the game open and you put the system into rest mode without shutting the actual program down, it can sometimes cause a fatal error in the hard drive. There was a quick system update for PS5 though, so I don't know if that has solved the issue, but I'm sure they're trying to.
With my fucking luck, I'm gonna get it, and day of, it's gonna fucking fatal error.
Don't play the remastered. Miles Morales apparently is okay, but it's the remastered original PS4 game that is causing the issues. But I don't know. Be safe. If you have a PS5, close your programs down before you put it into rest mode, and you shouldn't have any problems. I also had an issue where Call of Duty would crash on me, actually shutting the whole system down, which was a little scary. But they also did an update. Now it seems to be working fine. But let's talk about the awesome, good stuff that the PS5 is doing, and I'll just sit here and tell Christian all about it.
Yeah, I'll just fucking enjoy the shit out of this and not fucking play it.
Yeah. So first of all, the graphics are amazing. I mean, and that these first games that come out on the system, were developed on test kits or on the PS4 and then like remastered kind of thing. So we're not even seeing the full capabilities, but already I can tell. Even at the 60 frames a second instead of 120, like Destiny looks amazing, Call of Duty looks amazing, like the skin and people's eyes and stuff. Look,
actually, our friend Orion Akaba is in it.
Yep,
he's one of the first.
Past guest and hopefully future guest Orion Akaba is additional voices in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That game is hella fun. I will say. It's been a while since I've gotten really into a Call of Duty, and this one, for some reason, I just kind of latched onto. But it's really, really fun.
How zombies?
I haven't even played the zombies.
I love that's one of my favorite things is playing zombies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I don't even like the zombie mode. But I will say multiplayer is hella fun, and the campaign I just started yesterday is also amazing. It's like playing a fucking movie.
The last one was really good when they had the one with Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. I never even got to that part, so I don't know. But I will say that like the campaign, very cinematic. It takes place in the 80s, so like everyone's wearing like leather jackets, and like there's techno in the background or Billy Squier playing in the background. Really good soundtrack. Ronald Reagan comes and talks to you a couple times, and you're doing like
fucks with the economy.
Yeah, he's like, trickle down economics. It's gonna work. And we're like, fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs. Say yes to bullets. There's a level where like flashes back where two of the guys meet in Vietnam, and you're straight up like going through the streets of like a Vietnamese village, and with like helicopters and just missiling people. It's crazy. And they got like Creedence Clearwater Revival playing in the background and stuff. It's awesome. It's like a really fun cinematic game. And there's even a cool thing which normally on a Call of Duty game there's not a huge there's not much to the campaign. It's you play these missions, you shoot a bunch of bad guys, and you're done. But this one, there's side missions that you unlock by collecting intel and solving codes and stuff.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like one, I even had to like look up online. I was like, "What the fuck is the answer to this puzzle?" And because you have to break a code, decrypt a fucking floppy disk. Yeah, it's pretty
for those young people, if we have any young listeners, floppy disks were before USB drives.
Like, and I mean, these are like the actual
the
floppy
square
ones.
with the circle in the middle.
Yeah, the ones that actually would flop
Yeah.
around. Not even the ones
hard disk
that we end up using most of the time when we were kids. Yeah, so really, really cool. And yeah, the voice acting is great. Definitely looks like they did some facial capture type stuff too. And then the multiplayer. So here's my beef with the multiplayer so far is that
you get slaughtered ridiculously easily.
Actually, I've been pretty good. I mean, there's obviously times where like guys with like a bright pink sniper rifle just fucking own me 30 times in a row. That's always frustrating. But I've picked it up pretty good, and I've gotten pretty good at like switching out and like taking cover and stuff. So I'm back into it. But I will say there's only like 8 maps, I think.
Oh, I'm sure, hey, spend $30 and you'll get 2 more. Like
I know, which is such a bummer that's kind of like the new op model, because like even playing during the campaign, I'm like, oh, this level would be a sick multiplayer level, and maybe it'll come out later. Like it's already in the game, but they're not, giving us access to it. But really fun to play with friends. Oh man, there's this one level called Armada where there's like 4 big or I guess 3 big like ships out in the middle of the ocean, and one ship is like I guess it's like a repair submarine repair ship, so it has like 2 big, I don't know what you would call them, like fins or whatever, that go over and it straddles the submarine and has a crane that goes down and fixes it, and there's a submarine down in the middle getting worked on, and then there's like a couple ships that are like sinking out and around, so there's like all these different platforms with water all around it. And you can like zip line between the ships. You can jump on jet skis and boats with miniguns on them. You can just straight up jump overboard and swim in the water. And you can like pop out of the water and shoot, and even shoot under the water, even though like your range is obviously affected. And man, that level can be hella fun, because it's just like, everyone's jumping onto jet skis, and you got like a guy on the back of the jet ski with a machine gun.
This is a campaign level, or
No, it's a multiplayer level.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. Like one of my favorite moves is like you go on one zip line that goes behind the big submarine fixing boat, and you drop off this zip line, so you fall into the water right behind the sub, and then like Navy SEAL up onto the sub. It's fucking really fun. So yeah, Call of Duty, excellent time. One thing that I thought was pretty interesting was, I started playing the new Destiny expansion on the PS4, and then I switched to PS5, and that's where you really notice the difference, because I'm playing literally the same game with the same character across the two different systems. And the biggest thing I noticed is load times are like non-existent now. It's awesome.
Someone told me like my concern is I wanted the disc one, but I ended up getting the digital, and I was like, oh fuck, it's probably gonna take hours to download like a game. And someone told me like, no, it's actually pretty fast. So I don't know. We'll see.
That one, it's kind of hard to judge. I've definitely, because I have mine hardwired, and my internet is like, I pay for like 80 megs a second, which is, it's whatever. It's average speed, I guess. But the system was only downloading at 23 megs a second, which, it could be from a number of things. Obviously, there's a bunch of people working from home doing their stuff while I'm playing video games. And that could definitely slow it down. Plus, during peak hours, especially with cable internet, you basically share the same hub with all of your neighbors. So during peak hours, everything slows down. So I didn't notice a huge jump in like download speed or even install speed. I think, a little bit faster. But apparently, like, there's also people saying that the Wi-Fi is actually faster than the hard line, which is interesting. So I haven't tried that yet because I think that's stupid.
Whether it works or not,
like, I'm against it on principle. But I will say, like, starting games and closing games down, I mean, it's crazy how fast it is. Because, like, you've played Destiny before, right?
Yeah.
You know how long you hit start and the little thing in the circle, just like,
they're big maps to
5 minutes or whatever, and then like you choose your character, then it takes another couple minutes, and then you're loading into a planet, it takes another couple of minutes. Like this one is like you're like, oh, let's play Destiny. Oh, here's your characters. Oh, okay, here's the planets. You pick it, all your menus open up super fast.
So did all your upgrades link over? Did it switch over to the new system? Nice.
Yeah, it was easy because especially on a game like that where everything is stored via cloud. Very easy to migrate over. You just, in fact, when you're setting up the PS5, you log into your PlayStation account on your phone, and then there's a QR code displayed on your TV, and you just scan it and it links to.
Nice.
Really, really, really easy. Then you start downloading all your games and stuff.
Question: I don't want details on Spider-Man, because I want to play it fresh, and I've been very good at avoiding people like.
Well, spoiler alert: I have not played Spider-Man Miles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I mean, most of it's because I'm afraid to. Like all this crap like going on where it's bricking people's system. I'm like, you know what? I could wait on Spider-Man.
So I did see that you can adjust it where he moves at kind of not choppy, but you know how like the movie came out and at a certain frame rate.
So there is a Into the Spider-Verse costume. It's a suit, and when you put that suit on,
he moves at the frame rate of like the movie.
Yeah, he moves at like a 24 frames per second.
I saw someone playing it like just web sling. I was like, that looks pretty fucking cool.
That's a really cool idea. Everyone else is still at the 60 frames a second, so it does look a little strange, but like that's a cool feature for them to think about. Yeah, right. And I have seen video of that.
It was funny because I was thinking, it's like, oh, wonder how they got licensed to do that. Because of the movie, I was like, oh wait, it was Sony. It was Sony and Sony. I was like, so they didn't have to fucking ask anyway.
Yeah, so Sony owns everything Spider-Man, and PlayStation, so they totally got it. The system itself like runs flawlessly.
It looks ridiculous. At least from the picture you sent me next to your TV, it looks fucking ridiculous.
Oh, the console is huge. It's like, I don't know, like, was it 1.5 feet tall kind of thing? Like it barely fit next to my TV where my PS4 was, and my PS4 had plenty of room around it for like airflow and stuff. So it is large, and it's a weird shape. So if you have like a cubby hole or something that is designed for like a Blu-ray player, it may not fit in there.
It was definitely like, it's still even like at first I'm like, I'm not used to, like, it looks weird because I'm not used to seeing it. Now I've been like, staring at pictures of it for a while. It still looks fucking weird to me.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know. It's a choice. Like, remember when the PlayStation 3 came out? That's a weird looking system too, but it's still kind of sleek. I don't know. They just really went like futuristic with it, and I don't really give a shit. Like it doesn't have to look like anything. It sits. I think Xbox really got it right. Like, I don't give a shit. Just make it a big black box.
Yeah.
I just want it to work awesome.
Work, don't fuck up. That's it.
So a couple of really cool features on it is, first of all, for like our gaming headsets and stuff, like you and I both have Astro headsets. And normally the way you would hook it up is you'd have a USB for like the chat audio and a digital optical for the game audio, right? That's kind of how yours is hooked up. That's how mine was hooked up. Now it's all just USB, and the sound quality is so much better.
Really?
Yeah, they have a 3D audio engine in it, so like, and I mean I could always hear like footsteps and stuff before because it was surround sound, but now it's like amplified to the max where like I've actually turned around and shot people sneaking up on me in Destiny and Call of Duty. It's really really nuts. And then the controller itself.
That's what I was gonna ask you because you texted me like, oh, the trigger whatever on it, it's weird. And then I was like, what do you mean? And then you never described it. So I was going to ask you, like, what?
Yeah, so the PlayStation DualSense controller has these things called, I think they're called adaptive triggers. And so, for instance, like on your normal PlayStation 2, 3, 4, whatever, you press right and left trigger and it shoots the gun. If you press it down a little bit, like if you're playing like a racing game, it does a little bit of acceleration. If you press it down more, it does more, right? That's what we're used to, right? This one, especially on guns, it'll actually change how firm the trigger is and can actually make a multiple stage trigger. So like on Call of Duty, for instance, which has this feature, when you're running around with your gun, you can pull the trigger down slightly and then you feel it kind of catch and then you pull it down harder and that actually pulls the trigger. So it's like you're pulling a real trigger on a gun.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. I didn't know
I
had that.
And each gun feels a little different depending on what they are. And the system kind of controls that. The game itself controls it. So I'm excited to see, what they do with that. Like, I think on a racing game, having it so that there's
resistance. Yeah,
so like you're pushing down a gas pedal, I think would be awesome. Guns obviously are great. Like a bow and arrow would be a cool one too, where like even you can release it or something like that. I think that would be really really cool.
So how was Bug Snacks?
I have not played Bug Snacks
You
yet.
fucking liar.
I have not.
That was the first thing you got.
I downloaded it. Don't get me wrong. It's on the system, but I have not played it yet.
The theme song is your fucking ringtone. Like, what
I just between Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Call of Duty, and Destiny, it's just like
how is that? Because
Assassin's Creed?
The only one I've played is the pirate one.
Well,
and it was fun, but maybe because I haven't played the other ones, I didn't get the fucking story.
Well, the story's fucking weird, and I'm like out of touch. The last one I played was Assassin's Creed 3, which was before the Pirates game. But essentially, like from at least the first, call it 3 or 4 games, you use this technology called the Animus to basically relive your ancestors' lives. And so you're in the present time going back into the past and living through this machine to find secrets and stuff like that, right? And there's the assassins, and then there's the Knights Templar, who are like the bad guys, who the assassins are fighting against.
I saw that movie with Nicolas Cage. They were the good guys.
Well, it all depends on whose side you're on, Christian. That's the point of the game. But then there's also like aliens and weird shit that happens. Yeah, I know. Like the first couple of Assassin's Creed games went off the wall really quick, and now I don't know what's going on. But anyway, this one is all Vikings, and one thing that's very strange about it is when you're starting the game, they mention something like how the signals are mixed in the Animus, which is the machine that sends you back in time. Well, sends you back into memory or whatever. And they were saying that like they can't tell if the ancestor was a male or a female. So there's different modes you can play as, either all as a woman, all as a man, or you can play the canon version where it'll switch depending on the level and which signal is stronger through the Animus. I haven't gotten far enough in the game to know.
You definitely just did the male one.
No, I did the lady one.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to be like a what do they call it, spear maiden.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I don't know if the story explains why that is or what their thinking was behind that. Maybe they're just like, oh, we designed these 2 cool characters. We can't pick which one we like better. But yeah, you know, you can switch at any time, but I felt that was kind of a weird mechanic in there. But
From what I saw in the images, they don't have the usual like cloak and like hood.
you do get a hood and stuff, and then you get the secret blade, but because basically
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, if they're not covered up, like, how is he hiding the blade or she?
yeah, she basically what happens is, and this doesn't give anything away because it happens in like the very first chapter, but your like brother slash clanmate returns from this long trip Viking where he went like, you know, he went down to England, he went into the Mediterranean, went into Africa, because Vikings were going all over the goddamn place.
Yeah,
you know, they were plundering their way through the world.
Found evidence in U.S.
Yep. And so he basically had brought these two guys back with him who he had met on his travels, and they were assassins from, like, you know, I don't remember where he said they were from, but from the Middle East somewhere, which is where a lot of the original games took place. And so they're the ones who gift you with this blade, but he's like, it's a hidden blade of secrecy. She's like, I don't hide my weapons, and so she puts it on top, so it just shoots out of the top like a Wolverine claw kind of thing. But you do get a hood, and you can kind of like blend into stuff. But I will say it's not as much like the original Assassin's Creed games where you really blend into crowds and stuff. It seems more, there's a lot more Viking to it, where you're doing open battle and stuff, and you can cruise around on your Viking longboat. And like when you see a town that you like, you can be like, ooh, hit triangle to raid this town, and you and all your Vikings get off and just fucking raid and kill everybody. It's pretty fun so far. Looks good. I will say, like, the story so far is not super compelling. It's just like, oh, you get to be a Viking, and that's kind of motivation enough. But yeah, you know, it's not super compelling. My favorite one was Brotherhood, which was in Rome, and like you could build Rome up, and like, you know, depending on like the armorer who was like in that one, if you paid him more money or whatever, or upgraded his stall, you would get better weapons and stuff. I haven't seen much of that yet so far.
I can't imagine there's a lot of, because isn't like Assassin's Creed known for the eagle dive or whatever? And
Yeah.
I feel like there's not a lot of that in a Viking area.
Well, so a big part of it, this might be slightly spoilery, but, well, not really. But you start off in like Norway or whatever, the Northern Europe, and then you go down to England, and you're going around Britain and stuff. So there are like monasteries and stuff that have big tall towers, but I haven't gotten super far into it to see what else there is. But it is they do mention Ragnar Lothbrok from the Viking show. He's like, oh yeah, his sons are already settled down in Britain, but there's plenty of Britain left to go around and all this stuff. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it's a fun game. I think it's definitely worth checking out. And then last but not least, like, Destiny is super awesome. I mean, it's way smoother. Load times are amazing. And the new content they dropped is fucking awesome. The cool story, and the new powers that they've done. They have stasis power, which basically freezes your opponents, and then you can like shoot them with a shotgun or throw a grenade at them, and they explode and shatter into a million pieces. So, man, lots of cool stuff. Trying to think of what other cool features on the PlayStation are.
Did you get the camera?
I did not get the camera. No.
I'm wondering what they're going to do with that.
I don't know. Probably the same thing. It was like, oh, put a profile pic.
Oh, yeah, dance. You can dance now.
Dance now. Cool. Yeah, I don't do that shit. I don't like people watching me when I play video games. It's a very vulnerable time for me. And that one thing, a couple complaints I have, the controller is white, and I've already noticed like grimy hand stuff on it. So I'm like, God.
I'm sure they're gonna make like different colored ones later.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, I'm like, dude, it just makes me feel like I'm so dirty. So now every time I go play video games, I go wash my hands.
And particularly on the keto diet, you know, you just hate like some fatty
just
food,
salami grease all over my hands all the time. And then, you know, the size of it is whatever. Like, if you don't have a spot for it, that can be pretty annoying.
How's the controller feel?
The controller feels good.
Is it about the same size as the PS4?
It's close. I feel like the middle part is set a little higher, So like,
Did they do anything with that touch thing? Like,
it's there, and it's used for certain stuff, like entering text and whatnot. But honestly, it's not much different than the PS4 version. Maybe a little
which
bit
I
more
feel they
touch sensitive.
they only used it for the first game that came out. I forgot what it's called.
Uncharted.
No. The first game on the PS4.
I don't
It's
know.
pissing me off.
It's fucking 7 years ago. I don't remember what happened.
Oh my god. It wasn't Uncharted. Ah, fuck! I hate that I can't remember. It was a great game. You're
Could have been that great.
oh my god, the Native American kid in the reservation. Then he leaves and it goes to like Portland.
Oh, Infamous.
Infamous, yes. And they did it when you would.
I would have called that game "Young Kid Gets Superpowers."
Yeah.
But go ahead.
When
You're
he does
woke, I see you.
the spray painting part. Like,
Yes,
and that was like the only time you used
where
that.
you had to shake the controller.
Yeah, and then you just scribbled on it to do the
That's
tagging.
right. That's right. Well, the thing about that touchpad is that it's only ever going to be useful when you're playing a first party game that's a PlayStation exclusive. Because what would you do on the Xbox for that? You know what I mean? You have to remap all the controls. So
That's true.
that's one kind of downside to it. A couple more things on the controller. Controller has a speaker and microphone on it. So like me and my buddy Anthony were playing Call of Duty and he was trying to figure out his new headset, which, unsurprisingly, some of the stuff is not 100% compatible yet with this brand.
He got the Sony headset.
No, he got the SteelSeries Arctis Pro wireless. It's a really nice headset, really great sound, really comfortable. The ear pads are nice and breathable, but he was getting a weird echo through it. He would hear his own voice through.
Oh, and it was through the controller.
No, the mic sensitivity on it is not blocking out background noise like a good headset should do. Still trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. But so we were playing around with that, and he was like, "Okay, I'm going to disconnect it for a sec." So I disconnected it, and I'm just like, going around, and then I hear him talking. I'm like, "I thought you were disconnecting." He's like, "What? Oh man, you're coming out of my controller." So like, even if you're a broke ass and don't have a headset, you can sit and talk through your controller, and it sounds about as good as your.
But
phone
his
speakerphone.
PS5 was off, and he still.
No, his headphones were off.
His headphones.
PS5 was
okay.
on. But yeah, so you can literally sit there and play with your buddies and yell at your controller.
So that's more ways the CIA and the FBI can listen to us
I know.
now.
Just listen to you all the time. And then the controller also, the vibration is even better. So if you get a PS5, you'll notice it comes preloaded with Astro's Playroom, which is a dumb PlayStation game. Great for kids, probably. Who knows? I don't know. Get Bug Snacks. It's free right now. But it has a cool feature where it shows you the capabilities of the controller. So it shows the trigger thing, but it also shows you like the vibration is so precise. It has this thing where you like tilt the controller right, tilt the controller left, and it feels like beads are falling from one side to the X because the vibration is, can go into basically each button in each part of the controller.
Holy shit.
So really, really cool. And I'm excited to see, what happens with that, further on, as they develop more and more games to work with that technology. The sharing of like capturing video clips is way faster now. It used to be like it would freeze your game and it'd be like, are you sure you want to save? Now it's like boop, 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 boop. Okay, save, no problem. I'll get back to it later. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've my first impressions of it. My TV does not support the ultra frame rate because it does not have HDMI 2.1 yet.
Does mine have that?
Actually, I don't think it does.
Fuck.
Because you have a Sony OLED.
Yeah, the 950. I think 950.
If you have the 900, it might. Because I talked to my Sony guy. The 900 and the Z8, which is the 8K, are the only Sony TVs that have HDMI 2.1.
Okay, explain it for dummies like me. What difference is it going to make?
So basically, most games that we were playing on PlayStation 4 were you would see them render at 30 frames a second.
Okay.
Which, the higher the frame rate, the smoother motion is.
Right.
So that's when you're turning left and right in Call of Duty and knocking my microphone thing off. And when you have a higher frame rate, it's smoother. So 60 frames a second is what I think the PlayStation Pro might have started doing. But then now the PlayStation 5 is able to do almost all games in 60, which is already an advantage. Fuck that thing.
Pop filter doesn't want to fucking cooperate.
The pop filter he's like, I'm out. Peace. I'm out. But the PlayStation 5 can also do 120 frames a second, which is like, that used to be what PCs ran at, which is very, very smooth. Only certain games will be able to do it, depending on whether the game actually supports it. But to make it happen, you have to have a 48 gigahertz, or not gigahertz, gigabits per second HDMI cable, which it's a high-end HDMI cable. And then you need a TV with HDMI 2.1, which is an updated HDMI port that can accept that higher speed.
Okay, so I'm not going to get that what happened to The Hobbit, what Peter Jackson did, where it looked
No.
hyper realistic. It was like, oh, I can see all the prosthetics.
Well, I mean, it's the same idea, but remember that The Hobbit is real people, so you can see the fake stuff even more, right?
All right.
Everything in a video game is fake.
What?
So
it's all fake?
It's all fake, Christian. I'm sorry. So it is kind of like that. But the reason why you could see like the Hobbit's feet flopping around is because those feet were made out of rubber and what real feet look like. So it does look more and more realistic. But in the case of something like that with special effects, it does make it highlights those special effects that are missing. So overall, you do want it. But now PCs are getting into like 240 hertz and stuff like that at 4K. So PCs are always going to be higher. You just have to, first of all, build a really nice PC. Second of all, get a really nice computer monitor that can handle it, which like I think those computer monitors are like fucking $3,000 or something, which is crazy.
Jesus.
Because you think about like your TV is a really nice TV. My TV's a pretty nice TV, and they were like, mine was $2,000 back 4 years ago when 4K first came out. It's amazing how fast technology has come. But yeah, that's my review. If you get a PS5, it's fucking awesome. Hopefully you guys can get one for the holidays.
Hopefully fucking someone doesn't steal your shit like the delivery guy like mine. So
yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's going to be a very hot commodity come holidays. But yeah, I think it's worth the hype. I'm excited for more games to come out. Like Cyberpunk is going to be
When does that come out?
December 10th.
Oh, nice.
And then shortly after that, Wonder Woman will be coming out on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So,
See, HBO, we were talking about this not while we weren't recording. HBO Max is doing it fucking right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to charge for Wonder Woman. I think they would have mentioned it, but
yeah.
Like Disney Plus, fucking learn from them. You're sitting on gold with Black Widow. We know it's going to be fucking good. Release the shit.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking release
I'd pay
it.
the $30 that
I
they
would
charge for
too,
Mulan.
but they did it with the dumbass Mulan that no one wanted to fucking watch.
Yeah, and that's probably what convinced them. We're like, oh my god.
I said it.
No one watched Mulan. We can't release Black Widow.
I might have said it on the podcast. I'm like, this is my prediction. They're going to test Mulan to see how many people do it. No one gives a shit about live action Mulan. Like no one can, particularly for $30 mark. Like, I mean, by comparison, Mulan to Black Widow, come on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew they were going to do it. It was going to fail. And then they're like, we're not going to.
It's racist, Christian.
Is it?
Just because she's an Asian lady and not a white lady?
No, I saw the fucking previews and I'm like, that looks like a shit movie.
Yeah, there's no Eddie Murphy. Mushu the Dragon.
Everything that made it what it is.
And they didn't bring back the Szechuan dipping sauce at McDonald's.
Fucking fail.
They brought it back for Rick and Morty. Why not actually Mulan?
Yeah.
Where it first came from.
Nah, I mean, I just knew it. And I knew that was going to be the decision. Like, oh, it didn't work with Mulan. It's not going to work with Black Widow. Like, no. It would have fucking... If they had done it the other way, it would have been a better fucking move.
Yeah, 100%. I think Black Widow, like, hella people would have watched that, especially when, again, like, content, like, good new content is hard to come by. Like, I'm wondering what the Academy Awards is going to look like this year. It's going to be like, yeah, Tenet wins everything because it's that or Cats. Like what do we want? But
dude, I feel like Cats was like 3 years ago. Was it really this year?
I have no idea. Time has melded together.
Yeah, and particularly the election felt like fucking 3 years.
Yeah, it felt like 4 years leading into a 3-year election. All right. Well, we hope you guys are having fun on your PlayStation 5s. If you guys got an Xbox, let us know how that's going for you. You can check all of our info at nerdswithfriendspodcast.com. Drop a comment in this video, like and subscribe would be great. Let us know. Do you have a PlayStation 5? What are some of your favorite features? What games are you playing? Let us know. And then, pay some respects to Christian. Hopefully he gets his freaking
fucking send a prayer. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. F in the comments for pay respects. Christian, I hope you get your PlayStation 5 soon, buddy.
I hope so too. I appreciate the hope.
Yeah, we felt so lucky that you got one.
Right? And then last minute.
Yeah, not so much.
Fuck you, FedEx.
Fuck you, FedEx. And to all the nerds out there, remember, you're not alone. You're with friends. What can Brown do for you?
Was that?
That's UPS.
Is that there's? Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
What he said.